Hi, it's Tammy, NZ Gastric Sleeve. Just coming to you with an update for week 2 of my pre-op diet. This week, the loss wasn't as great. I lost 700 grams, which is equivalent to 1.5 pounds. That does bring my total loss to 3.1 kilos or 7 pounds. So not too bad for a couple of weeks. I have been feeling a bit better with what I've been eating and getting into a bit more of a routine of what to eat, especially on weekends where I would have normally had takeaways. So that's been quite good. I have found I've been eating Quest bars too much, however, though. I was always one that was quite regular on a daily basis, and I really liking the Quest bars, which unfortunately I have to watch how many I'm having because I've gone through quite a lot within those 2 weeks. And at one stage last week, it was quite clear I was getting too much fibre. Yes, you can get have too much fibre, and it has the reverse effect. So I just have to be a bit wary of that. Also, 200 calorie or 190 calories per bar. While it's much better than a chocolate bar, it does also add up quite quickly if you're having more than one a day, which I certainly had some days of that where I'd have one after going swimming first thing in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, and then later in the afternoon feel like I'm wanting something, so have another one. So have to be careful on that. So last week I got 3 swims in, 1 gym workout and a 6.25k walk. So not quite sure what that is in miles. But yeah, it took me an hour and 15 minutes, but walked 6.25k. So walked down to the video store and then back the long way from my house. So that was yesterday. Had quite painful feet last night and this morning from that. It was a bit of an eye-opener, but yeah, just also needed to clear my head. One thing that is worrying me in the coming week or so is falling off the wagon a little bit. I had some bad news family-wise. My father had a heart attack on Saturday, and so he went into hospital. Now he doesn't live near me. Well, I don't live near him. So he's down the bottom of the South Island. So he got taken to hospital and then taken through to a hospital in another city today to do some more accurate tests, and it's not good news. He really needs a triple bypass, but because he's had multiple strokes before, it's his best option to not go for surgery, which is a bit of a blow. I found out tonight. Well, we found out today, but I found out tonight, and bang, the baby of the family. It's probably hit me harder than what I'm really kind of letting on. And so from a weight loss point of view, I'm really kind of scared that I'm gonna allow myself to go back to that comfort eating. I'm going to be heading down to down to the South Island and to see him on Friday. Got a bit going on at work in the start of the week, hence why I didn't just go down straight away. But yeah, my husband was quite good. I'd mentioned this morning as I was leaving to go to work that I'd really like to go down this weekend, and about lunchtime my husband rang me and said he'd already organised it, so that's quite good of him because usually it's me that organises that sort of stuff, so I was quite glad. So being down there, it could go one of two ways. When my brother died, the weight just fell off from the stress. So it could go one of two ways. It could help with the loss, and it could also hinder it if I allow it to. I'm certainly going to be taking my dogs and my walking shoes so that I can get some exercise in while I'm down there. But I can't guarantee so much what I will be able to eat, so it's a little bit harder. Also feeling quite down about that at the moment, so it's life really, isn't it? I mean, these things happen and they come and test us, and well, we all get to this particular phase because we obviously overeat, eat our emotions, so it's quite difficult for me tonight. But happy about my weight loss. Total of 3.1 kilos, so 2/3 of the way there. I see the dietitian tomorrow, so it'll be interesting to see what she thinks of the progress that I've done and what I've kind of been doing. Along with the better eating and the exercise, I've also been trying to get a lot more water in as well. I have these wee Tupperware drink bottles, which just have a open mouth to them. I have a purple one at work and this pink one at home, and it's 600 mils. Not sure what that in ounces. Might be 24 ounces, 20 ounces. And so I just have that full of water and next to me, whether I'm at my desk at work or on the coffee table at home. So I've been having at least 4 of these a day. So about 2.5 litres. Which I think is about 80 ounces, 80, 90 ounces. So I'm definitely getting my water in, and that's certainly helping on the scales. I also took some measurements. So the last time I took measurements was probably mid-June, so about 3 months ago. Probably about a couple of weeks after I first went to the information evening, or first got called up to go to the information evening. And since then I have lost 27.5 centimetres. Inches wise, that's probably about 11-12 inches. Mainly off my hips, waist and bust. 5 centimetres off my waist, 4 centimetres off my hips and 4 centimetres off my bust and under bust. So while it's not completely going off in kilos, I'm certainly noticing it in my clothes, and I'm certainly noticing a lot easier as far as kind of, yeah, in my clothes mainly. So I'll still be in Invercargill next Monday for my update, so my next week's update will definitely be late. It probably won't be until Wednesday because that's when I'll be able to weigh on my scale at home. That's probably a good thing though, because I have found that while I tried not to weigh daily, the scales were doing me head in last week. And so literally I had to avoid the bathroom where the scales were so that I wouldn't weigh myself first thing in the morning a couple of days last week, just for my own sanity, because I just wasn't losing. Tuesday I went back up to 111 and I stayed at that for Wednesday, Thursday, didn't weigh on Friday, was down on Saturday, up a little bit on Sunday, and then down again today. So probably being away from home and not being able to weigh on my scale is probably a good thing. So I just have to be careful that going back into that environment, and certainly if I'm going to be running around Southland, we're talking a couple of hours. My parents live an hour out of Invercargill. So there's a bit of travel with going down south. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But I just hope it doesn't take me off track. My goal is certainly to meet the 5 kgs by the end of the month. I think I should achieve that. But the downside in seeing the dietitian tomorrow is she'll probably book that next appointment 2 weeks after, so that'll be right at the end of the month. So we'll see what happens and go from there. So yeah, a bit down at the moment about my dad, but weight loss wise, I just have to keep going. So yeah, I'll see you when I'm back from the South Island, and hopefully by then, fingers crossed, if not by then within a week from then I will have met my 5 kgs loss goal, and just be a case of getting the doctors to do all the letters that need to go around to my surgeon to head back into that group. But anyway, I'll sign off for tonight and see you later, and yeah, see ya.